Oh, hi, welcome back to my channel. I decided to read the last lecture completely outside for the Reading Rush 2020. So I'm starting right now, and yes, I'm going to read just the first page to you, the introduction. It says, I have an engineering problem. While for the most part I'm in terrific physical shape, I have 10 tumors in my liver and I have only a few months left to live. I'm a father of three young children and married to the woman of my dreams. While I could easily feel sorry for myself, that wouldn't do them or me any good. So, how to spend my very limited time? The obvious part is being with and taking care of my family. While I still can, I embrace every moment with them and do the logistical things necessary to ease their path into a life without me. The less obvious part is how to teach my children what I would have taught them over the next 20 years. They are too young now to have those conversations. All parents want to teach their children right from wrong, what we think is important, and how to deal with the challenges life will bring. We also want them to know some stories from our lives, often as a way to teach them how to lead theirs. My desire to do that led me to give a last lecture at Carnegie Mellon University. These lectures are routinely videotaped. I knew what I was doing that day. Under the ruse of giving an academic lecture, I was trying to put myself in a bottle that would one day wash up on the beach for my children. If I were a painter, I would have painted for them. If I were a musician, I would have composed music. But I'm a lecturer, so I lectured. I lectured about the joy of life, about how much I appreciated life, even with so little of my life left. I talked about honesty, integrity, gratitude, and other things I hold dear, and I tried very hard not to be boring. This book is a way for me to continue what I began on that stage. Because time is precious, I want to spend all that I can with my kids. I asked Jeffrey Zeslow for help. Each day, I ride my bike around my neighborhood. Getting exercise, crucial for my health. Only 53 long bike rides. Okay, not only. On 53 long bike rides, I spoke to Jeff on my cell phone headset. He then spent countless hours helping to turn my stories. I suppose we could call them 53 lectures into the book that follows. We knew right from the start, none of this is replacement for a living parent. But engineering isn't about perfect solutions. It's about doing the best you can. It's about doing the best you can with limited resources. Both the lecture and these books are my attempts to do exactly that. Okay, when I picked this book, I knew about the last lecture, but for some reason, I thought this book was the lecture, which doesn't make sense since I don't think the lecture would have been this long. I have not watched the last lecture, so I think what I'm going to do is after reading the book, then I'm going to watch the lecture. So let's read. This book has 6 chapters. I'm now starting chapter 2. The chapter 1 is named The Last Lecture, and chapter 2 is really achieving your childhood dreams. And just before I start reading this, really achieving your childhood dreams, it just reminds me that I had dreams growing up. but I don't remember what they were. Hopefully after reading this book, I'll remember. Or if I don't remember what my childhood dreams were, I could figure out what my dreams are right now. They don't need to be from childhood. I could do the things that I want to do right now. One of those things is this. I want to do this. Being on video. I remember when I was younger, I wanted to read the news, whether on radio or TV, but I was too scared to even try. I never even tried to find out how I could find a job reading the news, even if it was for free. I really, when I was like in my late teens, very early 20s, that was a dream for me to do, to read the news. I don't know why, but I really wanted to. At least now, I can still do it, and that is the power of the internet, that I can do it. I know a childhood dream of mine that I can realize, that I would like to realize, and that is to write a book. I remember when I was a teenager, I wanted to write a book, but I knew I wasn't going to write a book. I knew I wouldn't because I didn't think my writing was good enough. But right now I know that that is one thing that I know I can do. Oh, it's not a childhood dream. One dream of mine is to live for a month in a city outside of my country, outside of South Africa. I wanted to do it for my 40th birthday. I remember posting on Facebook saying I need to decide what to do for my 40th. It was either living for a month outside of South Africa, having a big party, or running an ultramarathon. I feel like it's more than that, but those are the three things that I remember. I didn't do any of those things. I turned 40 last year. So I need, those are the things also that are on my list that I do need to do. The one place that I would really love to go and live, even if it's for a month, is New York. Even though it's expensive and some of the things that I would like to do are very expensive. For example, I would like to go and watch a show on Broadway. I would love to go. And another thing that I'd like to go, I don't know if they still have these things. They had Shakespeare in the park, in Central Park. Those were free. It's just that you had to queue for them. I don't know if they still have them, but a few years ago, like I think it was like in maybe 2014 or 2013, 14, I was researching, and that's another thing that I wanted to do. It's different things that I would like to do in New York, so I would love to spend a summer there. Thank you for watching. I am going to end it now because it's dark now and it's cold. I need to get into the house. This is the book that I decided to read completely outside, and this is the book whose title starts with the. I can't finish it today since I'm not allowed to read it inside, but so far I'm really enjoying it. and I'm glad that I joined this reading rush, because without it I wouldn't have watched, I mean I wouldn't have read this book, and we've had it for long and I've been wanting to read it. Please comment, like, and subscribe. Goodbye. Before I go back inside, I wanted to share with you that I like this prompt of saying read a book completely outside, because I don't spend time enough outside, and we all need fresh air, we all need the sun, even though there's no sun, but being outside is good for you. So I already feel better, less down, just being outside. So I'm enjoying that one. I've started this one, this reading outside. At midnight, just after midnight, I started reading the one I chose for reader genre that you've always wanted to read more of. I read a few pages, like maybe 3 or 4 pages. I am going to start reading the one with the cover the same color as your birthstone. I'm going to read that now. Well, I'm going to go and cook. As I'm cooking, I'm going to read it, because it's the one about depression, and I'm going to try and read a chapter. I don't know how many chapters it has, and then maybe get to where there's like because it's also like a workbook of, it's like so yeah. But I'll come back tomorrow. I'll vlog all the reading tomorrow as well. Hopefully it's not just going to be this one, it's going to be this one and the other one. Thank you and goodbye again.